While investors remained fixated on inflation, a major capital rotation has quietly begun, signaling a potential shift away from the dominant AI narrative. Institutional strategists are now openly questioning the sustainability of broad AI euphoria, with some issuing clear warnings of AI fatigue. This is not just a passing sentiment, it marks a structural reevaluation of growth drivers. Christopher Wood from Jefferies, for example, has highlighted this shift, turning his focus to markets like India and China, suggesting that the long-duration growth trade in tech might be getting a critical rethink. This could impact portfolio allocations significantly in the coming months. The context here is critical. We've seen semiconductor giants like SK Hynix debut in the US market with significant initial surges, climbing as much as 15% on record offerings. This fueled the perception of endless demand for AI-enabling hardware. However, beneath the surface, a counter-narrative from players like Morgan Stanley is emerging. They warn that the AI chip rally might be running out of steam, suggesting that the market has perhaps over-indexed on the immediate-term upside. CreditSights' global head of strategy echoes this, pointing to clear signs of AI fatigue in investor sentiment. Why does this matter for you, the sophisticated investor? It signals a potential change in market leadership. For years, the Magnificent Seven or similar tech darlings have dominated returns. If AI-driven growth plateaus or faces a valuation reassessment, capital will seek new homes. The question becomes, where will this reallocated capital flow? This isn't just about trimming an overheated stock, it's about identifying the next structural momentum plays. This is where emerging markets, especially India, enter the conversation with compelling domestic themes. So, who benefits from this global capital rotation? India's domestic-oriented sectors are clear candidates. We are already seeing strong gains driven by renewable energy and large-cap stocks. On multiple days this week, both the Sensex and Nifty have surged, with some days seeing gains over 800 points. This isn't just random volatility, it's a broad-based rally led by IT, banking, and realty stocks. This suggests a re-rating of sectors that offer tangible, domestic growth narratives, contrasting with the high beta, long-duration global tech plays. But with every shift, some sectors face risks. While the broad market is rallying, specific pockets show weakness. Consider the FMCG sector. It has experienced a 32% sell-off, raising questions about consumer demand and pricing power. Historically, such significant corrections in FMCG have provided long-term opportunities, but right now, it signals potential headwinds for companies heavily reliant on consumer staples. Additionally, some smaller, less liquid mid-cap names, like Mark Technocrats, are drawing concerns about performance, which institutional investors watch closely for signs of broader sentiment shifts within the mid-cap space. The supporting evidence for India's domestic strength is robust. Bank credit growth, for example, has hit a two-year high at 18.6%. This is a direct indicator of economic activity and capital expenditure across various sectors. Furthermore, the pipeline for Indian IPOs remains strong, with SBI Mutual Fund among three new issues expected to raise nearly 12,000 crore rupees next week. This signals vibrant capital markets and investor appetite for new listings. Companies like Caffeine Technologies are also declaring attractive dividends, further reinforcing positive sentiment in the financial services sector. However, we must also consider potential counterarguments and concerns. While India's markets show resilience, global inflationary pressures and central bank policy remain key risks. Fed officials, for instance, are fretting over inflation risk and weighing further rate hikes. This global monetary tightening cycle could still influence capital flows into emerging markets, creating headwinds. Additionally, geopolitical developments, such as the fragile Iran stance in the Gulf, could cause oil prices to spike further, impacting India's import bill and corporate margins. These are factors that cannot be ignored amidst domestic optimism. Now, let's connect this to broader global market implications. The warning of AI fatigue and the re-evaluation of tech valuations means that investors are likely rotating towards tangible, value-oriented assets and regions with clear, diversified growth stories. This explains why Jefferies is turning to India and China. European shares, for example, are seeing miners and airlines offset tech weakness, indicating a sector rotation in developed markets as well. This isn't a uniquely Indian phenomenon. It's part of a larger, global repricing of risk and growth. The implications for rates, FX, and liquidity are also significant. If central banks continue to fret over inflation, we could see yield pressure intensify globally. However, for India, forex reserves rising by $7.3 billion indicate improving external balances and resilience against global shocks. This strengthens the rupee and provides a policy tailwind. While the Fed ponders rate hikes, a robust domestic financial system in India, coupled with rising reserves, suggests a healthier liquidity profile, supporting domestic equity and debt markets even if global rates remain elevated. The next signal comes from commodity markets. Crude oil options on the NSE just recorded their highest ever daily premium turnover and volume, topping 2,000 crore rupees. This surge in derivatives activity reflects heightened market interest and potentially increased volatility in energy prices. Globally, oil continues to head for weekly gains as Middle East supply risks persist. This has dual implications for India. It's a cost pressure but also a catalyst for domestic energy and upstream stocks. Meanwhile, wheat prices are soaring due to Ukraine attacks on Russia, underscoring persistent global food commodity risks. This shift also dictates capital flow implications. With AI fatigue setting in and a more constrained global rate environment, capital is flowing into areas with stronger earnings visibility and structural tailwinds. India's equity mutual fund inflows have rebounded from a one-year low, signaling renewed domestic investor confidence. Large-cap and mid-cap stocks are seeing increased attention, particularly those linked to the infrastructure, manufacturing, and green energy themes. Premier Energies securing major solar orders and RCF planning equity expansion through FPO are prime examples of this demand recovery. Looking at potential breakout watch candidates, the infrastructure and capital goods sectors stand out. Nuvama has initiated a buy call on Vedant Aluminium shares, expecting profitability to exceed historical averages due to structural demand. Mid-cap experts at InCred have also picked 6 stocks with up to 54% upside potential, largely focused on industrial and manufacturing plays. This includes companies like Kinetic Engineering, which just received listing approval for shares issued to promoters, signaling continued internal confidence. These names are showing improved relative strength and increased institutional participation. On the other side, some segments are entering trim consideration. As we discussed, the FMCG sector is showing signs of weakness and could face further yield pressure if consumer demand doesn't pick up. While specific large-cap banks have rallied, their extended outperformance versus other sector peers warrants careful review. For example, HDFC Bank, after a strong run, could be entering trim consideration for some portfolios, given its current valuations and the broader market's rotation towards diversified growth stories beyond established leaders. We are looking for signs of stretched valuations and excessive growth expectations. The forward-looking market setup is one of increasing selectivity. The Nifty 500 Ahimsa Index, newly launched by NSE, points to an emerging trend of values-based investing, which could attract a new class of capital. This isn't just about financial metrics anymore, It's about aligning portfolios with structural shifts in investor preferences. Combined with strong domestic consumption trends, infrastructure spending, and resilient financial services, India presents a compelling case for capital-seeking structural momentum. However, global macro volatility and commodity price risks mean active management is more critical than ever. To stay ahead of these complex structural capital rotations and navigate both global macro shifts and India's accelerating domestic themes, make sure to subscribe to SMANI News. We'll continue to deliver institutional-grade market intelligence to help you make informed decisions. We'll see you in the next breakdown.